Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Crypto Somniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. What I want to talk to you about today in this video is I actually want to show you a sneak peek taken right out of my Udemy course. It is right now $10. You can get it over on Udemy. It is a complete step-by-step cryptocurrency investment guide that shows you how to get started in cryptocurrency. This video I've taken today is basically all the lingo and the terminology used in the crypto space. This video was put together by myself and a fellow subscriber named Snaybot. Thank you so much for your help in putting together this video. Hello and welcome to another module. In this module, I'd like to talk to you guys about what the different terminology and lingo is used in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, especially on Reddit, on 4chan, and other social media platforms such as forums, to help you guys understand what some people are talking about. Sometimes you have to Google what a definition means, or someone's using an acronym for something that you might not know about. So I'm going to go through a quick list here and just briefly describe each one to keep you guys informed on what some of this stuff may mean. So starting with altcoin. Altcoin is basically anything besides Bitcoin. It's short for alternative coin. So you have things such as Ethereum as an altcoin, Dash, Litecoin, XMR, Monero. You have all these different altcoins. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency, so anything other than Bitcoin is an altcoin. We have BIP, which is short for Bitcoin Improvement Proposals. We have BIP 148, BIP 100, BIP 91. They're basically improvement protocols to the Bitcoin network. Block and block height. So a block is basically a data structure that consists of a block header, two pieces of information, a block header, and then underneath the block header is this Merkle tree of transactions. So it's basically all that contained in a block. And block height is basically the sequence number of a block in the blockchain. So it's just an index indicator, basically. You have block 0, block 1, or block height 0, block height 1, block height 2, and so on. And they just keep adding to the end of the chain. We have block reward, which basically refers to the new coins distributed by the network to miners for each successfully solved block. So miners basically solve a really complex cryptographic algorithm, and when they find a solution to that block, they are rewarded in new coins of whatever blockchain they're mining. We have blockchain, which is basically the public ledger of all confirmed transactions on a chain. The longest or most difficult chain is recognized as the correct chain. We have buy the rumor, sell the news. This is seen a lot in forums and social media platforms. So it really just means buy the rumor and sell the news. So when the news comes out for a piece of crypto or a coin, that's when you want to sell. You want to get in low. You want to buy when you hear the rumor. When you hear that someone is partnering with a big, large bank next month. When you hear someone buy $10,000 worth of Litecoin and he's really famous, that's when you want to buy in. Sell the news. We have buy walls and sell walls. So here's a picture of a buy and an order book. And basically, buy and sell walls are just graphical indications of the buy and sell order book. So when you have large bids or large ask orders, they create these large walls, making it look like there's a huge demand or a sell intention based upon if we're talking sell or buy. As you can see here, we have a steep sell wall on the right. So yeah, we have Charlie Lee. He was a guy that left Coinbase to work on Litecoin full-time, and this was actually the cause of a recent spike surge we saw in, I believe, the beginning of July in Litecoin due to his departure. Coinbase is down. Coinbase can't handle basically large traffic or volume of traders. So every time we see these big, large dips where we see large spikes in the price, a lot of people panic, a lot of people want to sell, or a lot of people want to buy, depending upon what direction we're going. And infamously, Coinbase always seems to go down on the days where cryptocurrency is really, really cheap. It is one of the reasons people get really ticked off about Coinbase, and it's one of the reasons why some advanced and more experienced traders like to go with other exchanges. Cold storage. So cold storage is basically the collective term for various security measures to reduce the risk of remote access to the private keys. It could be anything from a normal computer disconnected from the internet, a dedicated hardware wallet, a USB stick with a wallet file on it, or a paper wallet. Now I'll go over the definition of private keys later. I'm just going in alphabetical order. But this is a picture here of the Nano Ledger S. You can purchase it. I'll leave the link below. It is one of the best devices. I use one myself. I'll have a picture of it right here. This is the little guy here. This is basically the most excellent device you could use to store your wallet offline. It's really like an Apple device in the way that it just functions so clean and smooth. The directions are so simple to set up. You could purchase it for, I believe, 58 euros. I have a link in my description below to purchase it. Again, this is the Nano Ledger S. I would highly recommend it. Makes it super easy to store anything from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Dash. They've added, I think, 9 or 10 coins total. Great piece of Great piece of hardware. We have DDoS, which is distributed denial of service. So you could basically flood a server by creating multiple attacks on it. And in this illustration here, you can see sort of an illustration of just that. Basically, a whole bunch of people pointing at a server, basically like yelling at it and flooding the entrance of, say, like a doorway. Imagine a bunch of people trying to flood a doorway when Best Buy opens up at midnight on Black Friday, and that makes it hard for other visitors to get in. So we have DEX, which is short for decentralized exchange, and what that really means is it's just trading peer-to-peer. There's no third-party person involved in the middle to hold the money. So we have some popular decentralized exchanges: BitShares, BitSquare, Waves, Blocknet, just to name a few. So the difference between decentralized and centralized exchanges are that there is no third party. Everything is done peer-to-peer. Double spend. So this is basically an attack where a given set of coins is spent in more than one transaction, and that can happen through a various number of ways. I'm not going to cover that in detail, but this is basically the synonymous for counterfeit money in the real world. Basically, it's when one person tries to sell his Bitcoin or altcoin or really any coin to two different people. You know, it's trying to be used in two different locations, which is something cryptographic technology doesn't enable you to do, at least so easily. Fibonacci retracement levels. This is a technical term for chart analysis. It's basically a chart created by taking two extreme points, usually a peak and a trough, on a stock chart, and dividing the vertical space into key Fibonacci ratios of 24%, 38%, 50%, 62%, and 100%. There's a graph here of this. I go over how to analyze a fib retracement chart in later section of this course, but this is just in case you're confused and you hear people mentioning a fib retracement level. It's just a technique used to analyze charts. Fluffy Pony, the CEO of Monero, or at least said to be CEO. There is no real quote-unquote CEO, I believe, of Monero. And he's known for basically, at this point, being a master troll of Monero. He basically hyped up a announcement for Monero back in the beginning of July, end of June, and basically made a pre-announcement for the announcement, driving wild speculation amongst people to buy and drive up the price of Monero. Come the day of the announcement, he basically told everyone it was fake. There is no announcement. I just did this to basically mess with you guys and show you what the power of fake news really has. In the long term, it didn't actually really end up hurting the price of Monero too much, but that's who Fluffy Pony is. FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out. This is really quite simple. It's just fear of missing out on a trade or a stock when it's going up on the rise. Fear of missing out, people panicking, people buying out of fear to, they don't want to miss the boat. Fork, so a split of the blockchain. This could be any blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, when different parts of the network see different main chains. So here's an illustration here basically of two different chains splitting, and that is essentially a fork. FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. It's really just a acronym short for those three words to describe a person's mindset when trading. GPU mining, so you can mine on the blockchain, and basically all GPU mining is using the power from your graphical processing unit to mine on the blockchain, as opposed to CPU mining, which uses your central processing unit, which isn't nearly as effective as using your graphical processing unit. Halving is mentioned when we talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a finite supply, which makes them scarce. There will only ever be 21 million in circulation. And the number of Bitcoins generated per block is basically decreased by 50% every 4 years. The last halving was in 2016, and the next one will be in 2019. This is called, again, halving, and the final halving will take place in the year 2140. Hash rate. So the hash rate is the measuring unit. This is the unit we use to measure the processing power of the Bitcoin network. HODL. This is basically just means hold, to hold. It originated from someone on the internet a while back, was drunk and wrote on a forum, I believe on bitcoin.org, or I forget which forum exactly, but he was drunk and he meant to say hold, and he actually wrote HODL, H-O-D-L. So now you see on all these memes, all these coins, when someone wants the opinion of what they should do with a certain coin, 8 times out of 10 you're going to see someone say HODL or HODL, however you prefer to pronounce it. ICO is short for initial coin offering. This is similar to IPOs in the investment world. It is basically the cheapest price to buy in at a stock. For the most part, they could eventually drop after the ICO, but typically it is the earliest stage at which you can purchase a new coin. Lambo, Litecoin Lambo especially. So back in the day, someone actually bought a Lambo using Litecoin. So there are all these different memes, and some of them even on other coins as well, that just refer to becoming rich and buying a Lambo with your coin, with your Litecoin, with your Ethereum. So you will hear Lambos referred to a lot. Lightning Network is basically a peer-to-peer network that builds upon another network such as Bitcoin without segregated witness, or Litecoin, which already has segregated witness, to provide a mesh of network of bidirectional payment channels. Basically, it is something that will make the chain faster, the protocol faster in speed, by ways of sort of creating this payment system sort of in parallel to the main chain. I'm not going to cover it in too much technical detail, but it's basically an improved protocol to either Bitcoin or Litecoin. Meme coins. We have a bunch of basically funny coins. We have the Kanye coin, making fun of Kanye West, and the Doge coin here with the dog. And I just pulled this one off the internet. I don't even know where I grabbed it from, but there are all these fake coins and memes and pictures of coins that don't even really exist. You'll see plenty of them. So mining is basically the process of finding valid hashes of a block header by iterating millions of variants of block headers. So these are the people that mine Bitcoin, and you see a lot of people mining, say in China, where you have loads and loads of servers sitting in fields and mining Bitcoin. Moon, to the moon. So this, everyone refers some... Moon, to the moon. So moon sort of means two different things. People use it to indicate a chart. When we want to go to the moon, we want to go really, really high. And then the Winklevoss twins also asked Richard Branson, the CEO of Virgin Airlines, if they could go to the moon and pay for it using Bitcoin. So that's where the moon came from. Node, or basically a client or a computer on the network that speaks Bitcoin message protocol, or any coin. It doesn't have to be the Bitcoin protocol. It could be the Ethereum protocol, any of them. Paper wallet. So a paper wallet is a form of cold storage where a private key for an address is printed on a piece of paper and you are in control of it. They are known to be safer than leaving your money on an exchange. So you have the set of private keys, whereas on the exchange you would not. So if you have your private key, you basically have the key to your bank or your safe or your funds that are on the blockchain. Parabolic. This is used to describe a U-shaped exponential growth curve on a chart. Poloniex deletes the troll box. The troll box was basically a message system on the Poloniex exchange where people threw out all these weird messages of what's good to buy, what not to do, and most of it, 80–90% of it, was absolute garbage, so they ended up deleting it. Proof of stake. So proof of stake is a type of algorithm by which a cryptocurrency blockchain network aims to achieve distributed consensus. And when a coin is known as being proof of stake, the coins are usually referred to as being forged or minted. They're not really mined. So the proof of system, there is no block reward. The miners actually take what is transaction fees. And there's usually a total finite supply that is usually set. There's usually, typically, no more can be created. There is a set set pre-minted or pre-forged amount. No more are ever basically mined. They are just minted. Proof of work is the opposite. It is a piece of data which is difficult and proof of work is the opposite. It's a piece of data which is difficult and costly and time consuming. It's costly in that it generates, or it uses a lot of electricity to mine blocks, and it's difficult to produce but easy for others to verify, which satisfies certain requirements. And these again are mined as opposed to minted or forged, and a reward is given to the first miner who solves each block's problem. Private key is a secret piece of data that proves your right to spend coins from a specific wallet through a cryptographic signature. So you want your private key whenever possible. It is the key to the right to spend your coins. Pump and dump is artificially inflating the piece of any coin with no real news. So the people buy it real low. Big whales, which I'll cover later, buy large amounts of a certain coin. They pump and drive up the price, tell others to buy it. They tell all their friends, almost like a pyramid scheme. The price goes up, 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 and up, and then he sells at a profit. And boom, the price plummets, and then it's dumped. So that's pump and dump. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that threatens to publish a victim's data or perpetually block access to it unless a ransom or a fee is paid. So here's a picture of just some ransomware on your computer that you could potentially get. Be safe when you're browsing the web. Use antivirus software. Rootstock. So Rootstock is a smart contract peer-to-peer platform built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. It's basically an attempt to make it smart contract compatible, much like Ethereum is. Satoshi. So Satoshi is a number of things. If you Google Satoshi, this is the guy led to believed to be Satoshi. He is believed to be a Japanese mathematician. No one is quite certain who Satoshi really is, but this is one possible suspect or guy who could actually be Satoshi. Satoshi has also coined the term for the smallest unit of Bitcoin, which goes out to 8 decimal places, or 0.0000001. That is 1 Satoshi. And that is essentially basically like a penny of Bitcoin. SegWit, segregated witness, that's what SegWit is short for. And this is an attempt to solve the Bitcoin scaling issues. I'm not going to go into detail technologically how, but this picture here is a meme basically highlighting the difference between Litecoin and Bitcoin. Litecoin, at the time of recording this video, has segregated witness already implemented in its protocol, and due to that is a lot faster than Bitcoin, hence why we see Litecoin winning the race here. Shill. To shill a coin is basically to pump a coin artificially. This is basically done on baseless or factless propaganda to promote a coin. Again, it is almost like a pump and dump. To shill a coin, to pump and dump a coin, is to just get behind a coin that really doesn't have any technological basis or real value or uniqueness to it, and driving up the price artificially. Shit coins are referred to as all these coins that all again have no value, coins with no real innovative tech behind them. And this is just a meme or a photo of a shit coin. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are computer protocols intended to facilitate, verify, or enforce the negotiation or performance of a contract, so they can help to enforce contracts and eliminate middlemen. Ethereum is one of the most popular smart contract-based protocols. Stale. So after any block is already solved on a blockchain, continued work on that block is considered to be basically working on a stale block. You're working with old data and old transactions, and the block is considered to be stale. Support levels basically are price levels for a coin for which the price does not ordinarily fall. Highlighted in this photo, you can see the support level is this black line where the price doesn't really hit. Conversely, you could have support levels or resistance levels rather on the top right here where the price doesn't get beyond, or really even up here. You can have several support or resistance levels in one chart. Tor. Tor is an anonymous web browser that anonymizes the IP address that you are currently at. It is most commonly used to access the darknet, and you can also use it to purchase ICOs that you cannot normally purchase by having an IP based in the United States. You can anonymize your IP out of that United States by using Tor and invest in an ICO you would not normally be able to. Lastly, we have Vitalik Buterin, a Russian-Canadian programmer. He is known as one of the smartest, if not the smartest, guy in blockchain technology. He is the co-founder of Ethereum and the co-founder of Bitcoin Magazine. He is highly revered as one of the smartest people, and we sort of worship him in the cryptocurrency community as a god. And I'm sorry, we have one last definition. We have a whale. Whales are people who hold a lot of a certain coin, and what they can do is basically create buy or sell walls that are very, very large, and they can drive up price by, for example, setting a large buy wall and pretending that they want to purchase a lot of a certain coin, and that makes the demand increase. People see that buy wall, think that a lot of people want to get in a coin, and then they'll drive up the price, and then they'll pull out and sell after the price has gone up. Conversely, they can use sell walls to drive the price of a certain coin down so they can buy in at a cheaper price. So whales can sort of manipulate the market of especially smaller cryptocurrency market caps, so they can, by manipulating the amount of money traded in a certain coin. So that pretty much covers it for your terminology and blockchain lingo. Hopefully this is able to help you when you're browsing the internet, as people can use all kinds of different things to refer to stuff in the cryptocurrency community. And it's my hope that now you'll be well. So hopefully that helps you navigate the web, some social media, some accounts online that you might see some of these definitions and acronyms. This was just a high-level overview, so I hope that this was able to help you, and let's continue on in the next module. So I hope that video was useful for you guys, and I hope that you can understand some of the terminology and lingo used in the crypto space, as it tends to be a little nerdy at times. Again, you can get access to my course. You get early access to it right now only, for just $10. What you'll get is early access to my course. It's a step-by-step guide that shows you everything that you need to get invested in cryptocurrency. Additionally, you'll get access to my Facebook and Telegram chats, which are not intended to be pump and dump groups. They are solely for spreading the education, spreading the knowledge of cryptocurrency for students that paid for the course exclusively. So if you like that, take a look over here on Udemy. I'll link the course link in my description of this YouTube video. Additionally, there are some links below to sign up on Coinbase. I also mentioned the Nano Ledger S to protect your money. I have donation links down there for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum-based tokens, Monero, Litecoin. Thank you to the person who donated 0.01 Bitcoin a few days ago. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That allows me to keep the channel growing. I try to invest everything that I earn back into the channel. This is something that I enjoy very much doing, and I would love to do full time. And I would suggest, if you'd like, I just recently created a Patreon account over on patreon.com where you can pledge a certain amount of money to me each month. You can take a look at it. I'll leave the link to that below in the description of the video. Again, any amount is greatly appreciated. This is something that I greatly enjoy, and all the money is basically invested back into producing better content. I'd love to purchase a better camera, a better microphone, and software to use to basically put these videos together for you, because I just want to help grow the cryptocurrency community and educate cryptocurrency enthusiasts to the best of my ability, and every little bit helps. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, let other students know that this was an informative video, and leave any comments or questions you might have in the description below. I will be happy to make videos on things that you're confused about, or you could suggest a topic for me to speak about, and I'd be happy to. Until next time, this is Crypto Somniac, where the rich never sleep.